But if I were to get married to a man, I would only be marrying a man who is putting land, properties, and assets in my name.
All right, guys, go and check out this compilation video. Here we go.
I'm trying to figure out why all these grown men have on these jerseys today. I mean, it's jerseys everywhere, and I'm looking at the flyer like, y'all ain't saying nothing about grown men wearing jerseys. I do not. That is such a turn off to me. I do not want my man wearing a jersey like a little kid. It just looks weird. I don't like it. To each his own, but no. It's giving high school and you want to be young again. At your age.
Crazy, absolutely crazy. Okay, I know she ain't talking with a face full of makeup. Yo, you can't make this stuff up, guys. I mean, she got her face full of makeup with the curled up lashes. You can't even be a sports fan anymore, okay? You got the NBA playoffs right around the corner here, and you can't even enjoy your team in peace, okay? You have to worry about looking immature according to these modern women. Insane.
See, that's another thing. I'm about to start screening bitches. Like, if you on Section 8 or if you got anything going on with you going through like a bankruptcy, a crisis or something, somebody just died in the family and you need to make up the money, the difference to you know, for the funeral, leave me alone. Don't come to me. I don't need those problems. Go to your family first. Why is the first instinct to go to a that you don't really know like that?
To ask you for money?
Yes. What the f? Where are your family at? Where's your friends at? Like, aren't those the first people that you should, you know, think toward even moving to? Like, don't come to random guys. I hate that. Like I said, I'm about to start an application process. Like, they try to guilt trip you into giving them money. And I feel like that's the new norm. Like, they just utilize for money, bro. I'm not with that.
I'm not with
What were you doing before I even came into the picture? How were you surviving? What were your means of survival?
Right. Well, another guy probably.
Yeah, then the cycle continues.
Yeah, it's like, this guy's done paying my bills now. That's the next guy.
Right.
It's like you're in rotation. Who's the next guy paying my bills?
He's exactly right. And listen, I have no issues with him having some sort of screening process or, you know, application process. Okay, you should know who you're dealing with and set the expectations and boundaries from the jump, okay? Because you don't want to be in a situation where you're not setting the expectations and then it kind of snowballs into something else, or, you know, something that you didn't intend it to be. And then you're kind of in a weird spot, okay? Because these chicks, some of them are very crafty, okay? They know how to try to dig into you and kind of play with your emotions. So don't ignore the signs, okay? The signs are usually there.
I'm looking for the rich. I'm looking for the hood. And I'm looking for the bar. Who's gonna pay my tab?
And I'm just gonna be frank for 1 second with you, and I'm gonna be real with you for 1 second. These brothers in the Dominant Club, what really started to break my heart, they lost many of their bros over pussy. Had nothing to do with motives. You got these women that get caught up. You screwing this dude over here in this Dominant Club. You the property of this dude over here in this Dominant Club. You the wife to somebody that ain't even in a club. And now we fighting over community. And we've lost too many of our brothers over that. I'ma just keep it real with y'all. And as a woman, I'm very heartbroken over it. It's too many women that have paved the way within this community for us to get the respect from the men, and it doesn't come by the things that we hold between our legs, okay? That's a prize for you and one other, not the community. We need us women to conduct ourselves as the mothers that we need to be, the sisters that we need to be, the daughters that we need to be, and they can build a legacy amongst us.
Let me know what you guys think about that. Okay, I think she said the Dominant Club, if I'm not mistaken. I think that's some sort of bike club. But yeah, I mean, she's absolutely right in regards to the community peacefully. Okay, you got to be extremely careful. Okay, these chicks talking to a whole bunch of guys. Okay, you got married women doing their thing on the DL, and women in relationships, this, that, and the third. Definitely don't want to mess with a married woman or even a woman in a relationship. Okay, just from a respect level, but you just don't know what she got going on. Okay, you don't know what story she's telling. You don't know how she's trying to spin the narrative to be a victim. Even these women that are chronically single, trust me, they got a whole bunch of guys in and out of their lives. Okay, they got mini relationships. They're talking to a guy for 2 months over here, another guy 3 months over here, 5 months over there. And then once she gets to you, you're like the 8th or 10th or 15th guy for the year. I'm just saying. Okay, we've heard of stories of guys getting set up. A woman will tell or paint a certain picture that, that's not necessarily true, because maybe one of her dudes went through her phone and now she's trying to play the victim, and, you don't even know what's going on, and she sets you up to get robbed or jumped or what have you. I mean, these scenarios definitely do happen.
A man that's courting you or calling you his girl or digging up in you and he watch you struggle is not the man for you, because why are you as a man okay with punching on me but not making sure I'm okay? Like, what?
Okay, they don't view intercourse as a fair exchange. Okay, you're getting the box, she's getting the D. Okay, especially if you guys are just having fun. It's a situationship. There's no ring on your finger. Okay, he's not obligated to give you finance. Okay, because 9 out of 10 times that's what she's probably looking for: finances and resources. Okay, if you want to secure that from a man, get a husband.
Where y'all fellas at? Okay, y'all may be in the bed getting ready to go to work, or y'all probably already at work, but why is it are we the ones that's out here getting the job done, making moves, going places? Like, it was just weird that every time I stopped, I just had a bunch of women that surrounded me. But I was just like, where are all the men? Where y'all at? There's no reason there was so much female on the streets last night making trips or wherever they were going, and y'all nowhere to be found.
At home, at work, at the gym, protecting our peace. I mean, what difference does it make?
If I continue living my life the way I live my life right now, there is no way I'm ever going to be able to get married or have kids, because first of all, I don't leave the damn house unless I'm going to Harris Teeter or Target or Pilates. You know who's not at those places at the same time that I'm at those places? Men that are providers, men that are literally eligible suitors. With the variables in the equation right now, none of that is adding up to possible husband. What do I do, you guys? Like, I refuse to go on dating apps. I'm way too paranoid for that. I think it's unsafe. I think if you're a man on a dating app, you're already a cheater. I hate you. I can't meet someone through mutual friends. I have like my 2 close friends. They're international. At this point, do I just need to ask my parents to start matchmaking? Like, I want to get married in the next 5 to 10 years. With that being said, like, how are we gonna make it happen, babe? How are we gonna make it happen? Even if I were to be engaged or have a man, like, you need to go to work every single day. Like, I don't want you in my space all the time. You also need to have your own bathroom. I just have a lot of requirements, and I just don't know if the requirements add up to a real person. What do I do? Do I have to find a man through social media? Do I need to shoot my shot? I feel like that's going to make the entire relationship start out on the wrong foot. It's going to imbalance the entire power dynamic. I don't know what to do, you guys. Help.
Absolutely crazy. I mean, this has to be rage bait content. It really does, because the way she's talking about a man, he has to get on her program. Okay, she's already talking about if he has a dating profile, he's automatically a cheater. Like really? Do you really believe that? When you're dealing with these types of chicks that are, good looking enough where they can attract a man, and they're just chronically single. Okay, no prospects in sight, no man in sight. Men are not taking them serious. They probably saw her initially and said, okay, she's easy on the eyes, until she opens up her mouth and it's like, nah.
But if I were to get married to a man, I would only be marrying a man who is putting land, properties, and assets in my name.
80% of women are just like this woman. This woman. That is it. A man should give you lands and houses. You're a bastard. You're a bastard. You're a treacherous bastard. A man should give you lands and houses and his possession, something he has worked for all his life, to give it to you, and all you're bringing to the table is, I love you. Of what value is that love? And some of you, you're bringing a used kitty. And that is all you bring to the table. No value whatsoever. Even if, let's say you're even bringing value, then we understand if you're bringing some value, but no value. 80% of women bring absolutely no value to the table. 80% of women don't care about you as a person. 80% of women are in a relationship with you for what you have. 80% of women are in a relationship with you for what they can get from you. 80% of women are in a relationship with you because of what they can fleece from you. 80% of women think a relationship is a poverty alleviation project. 80% of women believe very strongly that it is a man's duty and responsibility to rescue them from poverty. 80% of women are in the business of dispossessing men of their money and possessions. 80% of women don't love a man. They don't understand what love is. They don't care about love. Love is an illusion. Love was created to keep men in a delusional state. While men think they're enjoying something, women know that love does not exist. They are using love as a Trojan horse to get into the resources of men, the money of men, the possessions of men, lands, houses, homes, mansions, pensions. What men have worked for years, 80% use love as a Trojan to get into it. They don't love you. They don't care about you. They don't care whether you live or die. 80% of women are with a man for what they can get.
All right, guys, so there you have it. Okay, so Anki's going in. Yo, the brutal truth. He is fully going in here. You mentioned 80%. I would say higher than that. Okay, I would say 90 to 95% of women, if we're being fair here, where they have the same mindset. Okay, especially in the West. Okay, westernized women, for sure, more or less have the same ideology, the same mindset. Okay, I'm just saying. And this is why you got to be extremely careful, okay, for the guys that value relationships and marriages. You got to be extremely careful on who you choose to be your partner, okay, because arguably your partner is going to be the greatest financial decision that you make. Okay, the partner that you choose can elevate you or could really destroy you. I mean, we've seen some women, weaponize the court system, and, men going through divorces and losing everything, their homes, property, just being destroyed. Okay, financially, physically, mentally, spiritually, any which way you can think of. And, I've had a family member get a divorce, after 30 years, wife leaves him, and he's destroyed. It's just a crazy sight to see. Okay, I wouldn't wish that on anyone.